Hello, Facebook Live. Marcus here. What is happening, everybody? Hello, YouTube on the replay. Let's see. This is doing this on my business channel on Facebook, the live. Of course, replay is on YouTube. So I wanted to talk about some exciting stuff coming up in 2021. 2020 was a good year for us in the restaurant, and I didn't post much because I was in my business, working my business, doing my business, making my business a success, the restaurant. Very different type of business environment, of course, in 2020. The restaurant industry was hit extremely hard. Over 100,000 restaurants closed in 2020. Some of these were big chains. Some of these were small independent restaurants. It was just a mixed variety of restaurants that were shutting their doors. Some of them saw this as the perfect time to escape. Some of them couldn't escape the financial ruin and just had to shut down. Some states were harder hit than others with government regulations, with the governor's mandates. Here in upstate New York, we had our fair share of struggles. In the Hudson Valley alone, I keep seeing articles being published on how many restaurants have shut their doors forever. The count was over 50 at a certain point. Restaurants like even Dunkin' Donuts were closing, shut down, gone forever in these locations. So 2020 for us, it's really 2020 because in 2020 we had just over a 20% increase in our business versus 2019. So it was a good year for us, and the good news is right now, I'm getting more requests, or the first requests in over a year, to start doing interviews and speaking events and webinars to shed some light on my business success and what Jamie and I have done here in the restaurant to make 2020 a great year, and what we're doing as far as 2021 and even future after 2021, what's going to be happening. So I was just asked to speak at the New York Restaurant Show, the actually International Restaurant Show in July in the Javits Center, speaking with some people from the Restaurant Association, people from the state, from the Economic Forum, speaking with some people and just sharing our story right now. So I've decided to write a book about this, and like I said, I know I've been quiet the last year on my business channel, just because I was in there working the business, perfecting all this, growing my sales, seeing what worked. I had our coaching clients that we were working with on a regular basis. Every single one of our coaching clients reported an increase versus 2019, which is fantastic. So I've literally been sitting here at my desk, jotting down a bunch of notes. Just recently I bought a new domain name, and the bottom line is, since day one I've told people, every restaurant owner I know, people still need to eat. People still have to eat, right? People still have to eat. That's the bottom line. You just have to be able to change the way you're delivering the food, or the type of the food you're delivering. When I mean delivering, whether it's on a plate or whether it's curbside or whether it's to their house, the way you deliver the food, the way you present your food has to be adapted. There's no time for taking a break. Once you lose momentum, it's tough to get caught back up, and a lot of restaurants closed and they just couldn't quite figure it out once they opened, and then they saw what other restaurants are doing months after and started doing that, but didn't go all in on it, or they just started doing it and let other restaurants get the lead on them. Let other restaurants sort of take the reins and go forward, and then trying to play the catch-up game. But there's a lot of great things that happened in 2020 that we did that I know are going to be very relevant in 2021, 2022, 2023, and even going forward and on. And that's really the point of what I want to make in my new book. So I'm hoping to get this book. I'm not hoping, I guess I need to use a different language. I will have this new book ready for my July speech in New York City. I'll be debuting the book in July. It is now February, in the middle of February, so I've got to get working on this. The outline is pretty much coming together. I have my co-author all lined up, who helped me write my first book, 50 Mistakes That Business Owners Make. And I would also like to hear from other restaurant owners that had a successful 2020 and see what they did that would help out as well, help out people that want to improve their businesses going forward. So that's the exciting thing that's happening here with me right now. And if you follow my restaurant channel at all, you'll know all my Facebook Lives were not, my Facebook Lives in the last year have not been done in this office. This office was basically a storage desk. The desk that's here, the desk I'm sitting on, basically stored things while I was next door in my restaurant, working my restaurant. I set up my office at the bar every day, and that's where I worked. But now that I'm back here in my office, there's just different energy that's going on. We've been in the COVID now for almost a year. We're like 11 months into this. And New York City just opened restaurants back up. I mean, who would have ever guessed that indoor dining in New York City restaurants would have been closed for 11 months? 11 months indoor dining. Just kind of an impossible thing to think of before this happened. Even with really any restaurant, we were closed until June indoors, and that was from March until June. I mean, to miss a third of our business of indoor dining could have been very devastating to a lot, and it was devastating to a lot of restaurants. So yeah, people still have to eat. Business success recipes for surviving COVID in the restaurant industry. Check out this book. It's in the process. I'm in the process of starting it now, and it'll be ready for July. For July 18th, I'll be speaking at the Javits Center. And again, if you're a restaurateur, restaurant owner, and you have any awesome advice for other restaurateurs, jump on into the conversation with me here, and you're more than welcome to contribute, add some thoughts into this book. So stay tuned for a lot more content here. I am going to be starting my podcast back up again, the Chef on the In the Weeds podcast, where I'm interviewing other restaurant owners. I stopped that abruptly last year. I stopped everything abruptly last year when COVID hit to really jump hands-on into the restaurant, like I said. But stay tuned for all that other stuff coming back soon. You can get my free book. That account is activated again. That link works. I mean, for a while there, we weren't even charging our coaching clients. We were just all hands-on and hands-in and trying to figure all this out. And we're very excited to share all this stuff moving forward. That is it, folks. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate everybody who is watching. And until next time.